जिक्र इमाम होता रहे, सलाम होता रहे, सलाम होता रहे, सलाम होता रहे।
समावात वमा खल्फहुम वला युहीतूना बिशैइन मिन इल्मिही इल्ला बिमा शाअ वसिअ कुर्सियुस समावाति वल अर्ज़ वला यऊदुहु हिफ्ज़ुहुमा व हुवल अलियुल अज़ीम। ला इक्राहा फ़िद्दीन क़द तबय्यना रुश्दु मिनल ग़य्य फमन यकफुर बित्ताग़ूति व युमिन बिल्लाहि फ़क़द इस्तमसक बिल उर्वतिल वुस्क़ा ला इंफ़िसामा लहा वल्लाहु समीउन अलीम। अल्लाहु वलियुल्लज़ीना आमनु युख़रिजुहुम मिनज़्ज़ुलुमाति इलन-नूर वल्लज़ीना कफ़रू औलियाउहुमुत ताग़ूत युख़रिजूनहुम मिनन-नूर इलज़्ज़ुलुमात उलाइका अस्हाबुन नार हुम फ़ीहा ख़ालिदून। सदक़ल्लाहुल अलीयुल अज़ीम। Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajal fajr. If there is a request, inshallah, read a Surah Fatiha for all the Mu'mineen Mu'minat, your Mu'mineen Mu'minat, inshallah, khususan. Kazim Hussain recently died and he is buried today, inshallah.
تعجيلا في فرج مولانا صاحب الأمر والزمان ارفعوا أصواتكم بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك يا خيرة الله وابن خيرته، السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين وابن سيد الوصين، السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا ثار الله وابن ثاره والوتر الموتور، السلام عليك وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك، عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار. يا أبا عبد الله، لقد عظمت الرزية وجلت وعظمت المصيبة بك علينا وعلى جميع أهل الإسلام، وجلت وعظمت مصيبتك في السماوات على جميع أهل السماوات، فلعن الله أمة أسست أساس الظلم والجور عليكم أهل البيت، ولعن الله أمة دفعتكم عن مقامكم وأزالتكم عن مراتبكم التي رتبكم الله فيها، ولعن الله أمة قتلتكم، ولعن الله الممهدين لهم بالتمكين من قتالكم. برئت إلى الله وإليكم منهم ومن أشياعهم وأتباعهم وأوليائهم. يا أبا عبد الله، إني سلم لمن سالمكم وحرب لمن حاربكم إلى يوم القيامة، ولعن الله آل زياد وآل مروان، ولعن الله بني أمية قاطبة، ولعن الله ابن مرجانة، ولعن الله عمر بن سعد، ولعن الله شمرا، ولعن الله أمة أسرجت وألجمت وتنقبت لقتالك بأبي أنت وأمي لقد عظم مصابي بك، فأسأل الله الذي أكرم مقامك وأكرمني بك أن يرزقني طلب ثارك مع إمام منصور من أهل بيت محمد صلى الله عليه وآله. اللهم اجعلني عندك وجيها بالحسين عليه السلام في الدنيا والآخرة. يا أبا عبد الله، إني أتقرب إلى الله وإلى رسوله وإلى أمير المؤمنين وإلى فاطمة وإلى الحسن وإليك بموالاتك وبالبراءة ممن قاتلك ونصب لك الحرب، وبالبراءة ممن أسس أساس الظلم والجور عليكم، وأبرأ إلى الله وإلى رسوله ممن أسس أساس ذلك وبنى عليه بنيانه وجرى في ظلمه وجوره عليكم وعلى أشياعكم. برئت إلى الله وإليكم منهم، وأتقرب إلى الله ثم إليكم بموالاتكم وموالاة وليكم، وبالبراءة من أعدائكم والناصبين لكم الحرب، وبالبراءة من أشياعهم وأتباعهم. إني سلم لمن سالمكم، وحرب لمن حاربكم، وولي لمن والاكم، وعدو لمن عاداكم. فأسأل الله الذي أكرمني بمعرفتكم ومعرفة أوليائكم ورزقني البراءة من أعدائكم أن يجعلني معكم في الدنيا والآخرة، وأن يثبت لي عندكم قدم صدق في الدنيا والآخرة، وأسأله أن يبلغني المقام المحمود لكم عند الله، وأن يرزقني طلب ثاري مع إمام هدى ظاهر ناطق بالحق منكم. وأسأل الله بحقكم وبالشأن الذي لكم عنده أن يعطيني بمصابي بكم أفضل ما يعطي مصابا بمصيبته، مصيبة ما أعظمها وأعظم رزيتها في الإسلام وفي جميع السماوات والأرض. اللهم اجعلني في مقامي هذا ممن تناله منك صلوات ورحمة ومغفرة. اللهم اجعل محياي محيا محمد وآل محمد، ومماتي ممات محمد وآل محمد. اللهم إن هذا يوم تبركت به بنو أمية، وابن آكلة الأكباد اللعين ابن اللعين على لسانك ولسان نبيك صلى الله عليه وآله في كل موطن وموقف وقف فيه نبيك صلى الله عليه وآله. اللهم لعن أبا سفيان ومعاوية ويزيد بن معاوية، عليهم منك اللعنة أبد الآبدين. وهذا يوم فرحت به آل زياد وآل مروان بقتلهم الحسين صلوات الله عليه. اللهم فضاعف عليهم اللعن منك والعذاب الأليم. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك في هذا اليوم وفي موقفي هذا وأيام حياتي بالبراءة منهم واللعنة عليهم وبالموالاة لنبيك وآل نبيك عليه وعليهم السلام. اللهم لعن أول ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تابع له على ذلك. اللهم لعن العصابة التي جاهدت الحسين عليه السلام وشايعت وتابعت وبايعت على قتله. اللهم لعنهم جميعا. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. اللهم خص أنت أول ظالم باللعن مني، وابدأ به أولا ثم العن الثاني والثالث والرابع. اللهم العن يزيد خامسا، والعن عبيد الله بن زياد وابن مرجانة وعمر بن سعد وشمرا وآل أبي سفيان وآل زياد وآل مروان إلى يوم القيامة. سجود. اللهم لك الحمد حمد الشاكرين لك على مصابهم. الحمد لله على عظيم رزيتي. اللهم ارزقني شفاعة الحسين يوم الورود، وثبت لي قدم صدق عندك مع الحسين وأصحاب الحسين الذين بذلوا مهجهم دون الحسين عليه السلام. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We welcome you back to night 8 of our Muharram series, and tonight is the night which we will be commemorating the martyrdom of our beloved Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam, and inshallah we can learn lessons from him of loyalty, of bravery, and inshallah being amongst those that no matter what we felt, we listened to the command of our Imam till our last breath. Before we carry on with the program, inshallah, I have a few announcements. There's a time change for the Husseini Kids Workshop. It's starting from 7:45 till 8:45. The program that we have is same as usual: 7:30 Qur'an, 7:35 Ziyarat Ashura, 7:45 English Majalis, Latmiyya 8:45, and inshallah 9:10 to 9:15 a Q&A with Maulana Hassan Mujtaba Rizvi in the men's hall for the boys. And if you have any questions, please submit them to Brother Abid via WhatsApp, inshallah. We have the Maghribayn campaign, so please, on these final nights that we have, donate generously and inshallah support the masjid and support your community. Lastly, you must have seen the message that has gone out on the WhatsApp for the car registration form. It's just a Google Forms or Google Docs form, so you can put your car registration plus your contact number. It saves people from coming in and tapping you on the shoulder and disturbing the Majlis. They will just send you a message to move your car. Before we start, if everybody can come, please, as close as possible to the minbar, and welcome Maulana Syed, Hassan, Mujtaba, Rizvi to the stage with a loud salawat.
You can recite Surah Fatiha for the martyrs in Palestine, in Yemen, in Iran. And for those individuals who don't have any family members left to recite Surah Fatiha. Can you, do we need these lights on? Yeah, if you can recite a salawat, please. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا رحمة للعالمين أبي القاسم محمد والصلاة والسلام على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. All praise and glory belongs to Allah, the one who has given us an opportunity to be able to remain in a state of happiness and in a state where you are aware, you can see, you can hear. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ahlul Bayt, the Anbiya, the angels, the awliya, the friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the martyrs in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where for eternity you will feel the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His attention towards you. This feeling, or this what I'm talking about, is going to be for you and I forever, if we are able to achieve in this world the purpose and the task that we are here for. One of the youngsters, who was about 7 or 8 years old, he asked me the question, what is the purpose of us in this world? And to a 7-year-old, explaining the purpose of life seems like a very difficult task, because there's not too many things that this person has in their mind that you can relate and bring them together to answer this question. I'll do the blanket statement again and try to explain. The purpose of us coming into this world is to be able to represent Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The purpose is to become a godly being that reflects the qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a purpose that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had offered to all of His creations, but none of them took it. It was human beings that took this task to represent Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You probably know the verses of the story where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala presented Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wasalam and asked the angels to prostrate. And the angels at that time had refused to accept that human being was going to take that position of being a representative. So you're looking at me that they didn't refuse. They objected in refusal, but the objection was very kind and polite. They said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this being that you want to be a representative of yours on the face of this earth, is going to shed blood. We're the one who is doing your glorification. We're the one who are revering you. We're the one who are doing your taqdees. So therefore, the one who should be the representative of yours is us. Now, why did they say that we were going to shed blood on this earth? And our history is there. We have been shedding blood of innocent people. Right now, you can see it in Gaza. You can see all of the atrocities that are being committed. Innocent blood is being shed. Humanity has been fighting with each other in different excuses. And the World War I or World War II or World War III, it's never been a time where we are not fighting with each other. We fight in our homes, husband and wife fighting. They might not be shedding blood of each other, God forbid, but they are fighting in a way that is more painful than if the wound was done by knife. The wife knows exactly what to do to the husband so that husband sees himself to be the lowest of the low on the face of this earth, where all that this person has as esteem, as confidence, will be ruined. The scars will last for years, vice versa. Husband does the same thing. Parents and children fight. Every day they're fighting. Brothers fight. And when they fight, they don't actually even talk to each other for 15, 20 years. They're related by blood. When you start asking them the question, why are you not talking to each other for 15 to 20 years? The answer that they end up giving does not compute. It's not big enough. It's not worse. It's not bad. It's not something that should be a reason for a brother to not see the other brother for 15 years. We are in a tribal sort of frame of mind where my tribe and your tribe, mera khandan te toda khandan. Instead of family being a family, it's a tribe now. I belong to such and such tribe. Instead of family. Family's definition is anyone that stands with you when you are in need. Family is someone who picks you up when you're down. Family is someone who compensates for your weaknesses with their strengths. Family is someone that hides your faults and beautifies your character to the point where when the world looks at you, they look at you as if you're the best person on the face of this earth. Instead of family, we are tribes now. In Azadari, we have different tribes. The Mlang tribe. You're looking at me, no, it's not a tribe. It's a tribe. You have to get into it, and then you belong to that, and you represent that. And you go against someone who is not in your tribe. You have the Muqassar tribe, you have the Malang tribe, you have the Mutahajjar tribe, you have... Look at them like, these are not tribes. These are tribes. And they fight. They even fight on the first azah of Imam Hussain. The tribes, they fight. On things like the chicken, why did it cross in my land? On such petty things that if you were to tell somebody else that this was the reason for someone fighting on the first azah of Imam Hussain, they would be boggled. In the place where I am, there was, Mu'mineen fought. And this is also very ironic that they say Mu'mineen fought. Mu'min does not fight with the Mu'min. Mu'min is someone from whose entire existence, all of the creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are in peace. Mu'min is from Amn. Amn means security. Mu'min is a person who provides security for others. Gives them shelter, the ones who don't have shelter. Mu'mineen ke darmiyan mein ladai hogi. Either one is mu'min or the other is not. Or either both are not mu'min. So anyways, they fought, and then police came over. You guys are looking at me that you can get scenarios as well that might have happened. Police came over, and the lady, the police officer, she came in with shoes inside of the center. And the person there standing told her that, look, this is a place of worship. You should not come in with shoes. And she said, if this is a place of worship, I should not have to come here anyways. If it's a place of worship, why am I here? I'm here because it's not a place of worship. There was a fight that happened, and you called me in for security. In every aspect, we don't even know where we belong, but we defend it as if it's our whole life. I don't have the time to go through the definition of these tribes. Should I or leave it? Leave it? Go through it? Yeah. You know what Malang is, right? Now, the word Malang comes from lung. Lung means just a cloth that a person wrap around, like dhoti. So this was used for a person who had no belongings of this world. They were an ascetic. They lived and slept without a house. They had no job. All they did was Ali Ali. That's all they did. They zikr, Ali Ali. Somebody fed them, they ate, then nobody fed them. They had like a sort of like a bowl where they would ask for money or somebody. They won't even ask. If somebody would give it, they would give it, otherwise no. Many nights they would fall asleep hungry. But they were sort of this state of love for Imam Ali that they did not care about any of the worldly possessions. This was where the term came up with. And now You'd be driving a Mercedes 500S. You have a 4,000 square foot house. You have all of these things, materialistic things, all accumulated, drenched in the material, and the person has a title of Malang. Then you have Muqassir tribe. A Muqassir tribe is someone who brings down the personality of Imam Ali alayhi salatu. If you were to ask that person, you're calling someone Muqassir, what does Muqassir actually mean? They don't know. It's just a persona, it's just an idea someone told, and they said, okay, a labeling machine, when you go to you go to a shop, they have a labeling machine, $2.99, $3.99. They just keep on putting labels. So, to make less, to make less. If somebody can tell me the number of fadail of Imam Ali alayhi salam, then I will tell you that someone can make them less. If you cannot tell me the number of fadail of Imam Ali alayhi salam, then how is it possible that someone can make them less? How many fadail of Imam Ali alayhi salam are there? Just as many asma of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are there. Just as many asma, the qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are there, that many fadail of Imam Ali alayhi salam are there. Why? Because it's the projection of all of the qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a mirror in which all of the qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are reflected. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Holy Qur'an says that, how many asma do I have? If you were to take all of the oceans, and if you were to take all of the trees and make these trees into pens, took the ink from the ocean and start writing my names will not finish. The oceans will finish. The trees will finish. Now you tell me, where is the limit of the fazail of Imam Ali alayhi salam, so someone can say you can make it less? How can you, when you don't even know the number? If I knew 100, okay, then I can make it less. No, it's not 100, it's 50. I made it less. If it was 1,000, I say, no, it's not 1,000, it's 2, I made it less. When you don't know the limit of the fazail of Imam Ali alayhi salam, how can someone make less of the fazail of Imam Ali alayhi salam? How is that possible? It would be only possible if we limited the fazail of Imam Ali alayhi salam. It can only be possible if we limited the fazail of Imam Ali alayhi salam, and then if someone comes and does not say those fazails that we have limited Imam Ali as, then we start saying that this person has done, is a muqassir. In Ghadir, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was, the khutbah of Ghadir, if you were to read it, it takes 1 hour. And what have we done? One sentence, Man kuntu mawla fahaza aliyun mawla. 1 hour it takes if you were to just read the khutbah of Ghadir. And many times people have questions like, if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would have mentioned the word Khalifa, or if the Rasul would have mentioned the word Imam, then maybe we would not have the problems that we have today. If you go and read that khutbah, and you can find it as narrated in English, if you were to listen to that, the Holy Prophet used every word that you can think of. Imam, Khalifa, Wasi, Mawla. There is nothing left for anybody to argue, to say that it was not clear enough. It was that clear because that clarity depended on the perfection of the religion of 124,000 prophets' efforts. The efforts of 124,000 prophets were to be perfected with that announcement. You cannot do the announcement without clarity, because non-clarity would mean that all of the efforts of the prophets are gone. all of the prophets that got martyred for nothing. All of the efforts they put, nothing. When you don't have something complete, how can you perfect it? Perfection is something higher than being complete. And when you are trying to perfect it and it's complete and you're perfecting it, and then in that khutbah you don't clarify in its entirety, how is it possible? In that khutbah, the Holy Prophet says that there are so many fazails of Imam Ali alayhi salam, I don't have the time to deliver. But if anyone comes and says, I've seen this fazila in Imam Ali alayhi salam, accept it. It says that in the Holy Qur'an, if anywhere Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, spoken about Iman or to a mu'min, the first person that he's speaking to is Imam Ali alayhi salam. Right? So now, when we start going and calling someone that, we should first find out the limit of the fazail of Imam Ali, how many they are, and then judge the person whether they've made less or more. When you don't know. And when we limit the fazail of Imam Ali other than a few battles, we are the one making the fazail of Imam Ali limited. That if someone came and did not recite Khaybar, did not recite Khandak, did not recite any of these battles, that means the person has brought the level of Imam Ali down. If I was to recite a verse in which there is something to do with Iman, it's the fazilat of Imam Ali alayhi. Why? Because he's Amirul Mu'mineen. He is the total faith. He's the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing first. If I talk about sabr, is a fazail of Imam Ali alayhi. If I talk about knowledge, is a fazail of Imam Ali alayhi. There is nothing that a person can come on the minbar within the bounds and the circle of Islam and Qur'an that has to do with anything that is of goodness that is not the fazail of Imam Ali alayhi. How is it that possible that we can, you see? You never really think. And within these tribes, we fight. You can recite a salawat. So the angels, going back where we started, the angels said that he's going to shed blood. Now, when you look at the different explanations, and in madrasa as well, for example, the teachers will say to the students that, the reason why, because the angels saw dinosaurs roaming around the earth, therefore they said they're going to shed blood. Angels they're very intelligent. A child of 5-year-old can see that this is a dinosaur and this is a human being. Hazrat Adam was right in front of the angels. There might be some similarities, but a child can say this is not the same thing. What was the reason that they said that we're going to shed blood is because they saw that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given human beings absolute potential to represent Him. Absolute potential to represent Him. Why? Because if you're going to represent Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have to have absolute potential. You have to have the ability to say kun and it does. To be and it becomes. You have to have the power to be able to say to something be and it becomes. With this immense amount of potential being brought in a place of restriction, when this potential is going to start coming into action, is going to produce bloodshed. Look at all of the problems. Okay, power. These people, they want power, but they want absolute power. Absolute power means that it doesn't matter if you have the whole of the world in the palm of your hands. There is one country standing and saying, I'm going to have an independent thought. I'm going to have that system, which is the system that I believe is the system of revelation, and I'm going to implement that on the rest of the country, and I'm going to help the oppressed, and I'm going to stand up against the oppressors. Just leave them alone. Just go do your business. You got the whole world. You have the whole of the Middle East. Just forget about it. Just go take care of your own country. Make it great again. Why do you have to worry about those people? But no. Let's say even if they are able to get everyone in the palm of their hands, they'll still not be satisfied, because this absolute power cannot be satisfied even with the whole world. Then they would go to Mars. Even on the moon, we put a flag there. We conquered it. And when we ruin this earth, there is still a possibility to go to the moon and live there. And if it's not the moon, then we'll go to the Mars. Mars is going to get colonized. And when Mars is colonized, guess who's going to want to have the flag? Is it going to just leave it like this? No, we're going to go colonize, have a flag. And Mars is also conquered. It is in the palm of your hand. Are you going to stop? When you ask that to a human being who has the potential of absolute, who wants absolute, he would say no. I will not be satisfied until I conquer 280 billion galaxies. Knowledge, we want absolute knowledge. Mercy, we want absolute mercy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us this potential so that when you realize that you are a dependent being, and the only way you will get to the absolute if you were to submit to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That the only absolute in the whole of world is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is only Him that will give you that peace where you will not shed blood. Allah bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. That is the only way. Kerbala is not just an event of history. Kerbala is a worldview. Kerbala is an institution. Kerbala is a revolution. Kerbala is a place where human beings are the role model for the rest of humanity. Kerbala is a way of life. Kerbala is a representation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the rest of humanity. Kerbala is the purpose for which humanity came on the face of this earth. For us to make Kerbala just a tradition, it's injustice. We need to look at Kerbala in so many different lights. When you look at in the light of worldview, there was a worldview of the people of Medina, there was a worldview of the people of Makkah, there was a worldview of the people in Kufa, and there was a worldview of the people of Kerbala. Both of these worldviews were separate. They were like east and west. In the worldview of Medina and Makkah and Kufa, it was a secular worldview where it was okay for a person like Yazid to be the leader and to pay allegiance to it to save your life. And when it comes to religion, as long as this leader does not say anything to us, for us to be able to do our du'as and our salah and our hajj and our umrah and our ziyarat, it's okay. That was a worldview. Imam Hussein's worldview was that a person like me cannot pay allegiance to a person like that. A person like me cannot do it. In the worldview of, and we can just classify them just one worldview instead of saying Medina, Makkah, and Kufa, because it was not bound by that space. It still exists. It still exists today. Majority of the people are of this viewpoint. That it is okay whoever the leader is, as long as we have a center, as long as we have a masjid, as long as we are able to do worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is okay. Imam Hussein's worldview was not that. It was not that. Imam Hassan's worldview was not that. Imam Ali alayhi salam's worldview was not that. None of the Imam Masumeen worldview was that? And the Imam of the time's worldview is also not that. Therefore, when he comes, وَالَّذِي أَرْسَلَ رَسُولَهُ بِالْهُدَى وَدِينِ الْحَقِّ لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْمُشْرِكُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who has sent His prophets on the right deen. Deen, in the worldview of Imam Hussain is a way of life, is your identity, it's your purpose, it's everything that you have. It is in this that you have your purpose of life, not out of that. And it is the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is going to come to be such that all of the systems are going to collapse. Democracy are at the last breath. Communism finished. Right now, the communist country that you have is the biggest capitalist country. You can go to China and have a plate of food which will equal to the wages of a person for a month. That's not communism. Right? All of the money that you have is going where? All of the things that you buy, where is it going? Where is it going? Now, if you look at anything that you have here, even the alams are now made in China. Everything is made in China, so all of the money is going somewhere. Someone is pocketing that money from the whole world. And now the difference between a poor man and a rich man is so much that it never existed in history. Liberalism is dying, last breath. Feminism died. All of the isms are completely dead. The followers of these isms are trying to pretend as if they are alive. They're gone. In the name of democracy, you have a king now, or a tyrant. You don't have democracy anymore. You don't have capitalism is gone too. If there is now anything remaining, is nothing but greed, arrogance, jealousy, and the pleasure of finding the suffering in the suffering of people. Those are the systems that you've got left. Everything else is going. All of the scientists, the philosophers, the thinkers, they are saying that we are going towards extinction. We're going towards extinction. Now, either we're going to be extinct or we're going to reach a point where we're going to elevate ourselves. We're going to move from the ashes and we're going to move up. The environment is telling you, I'm tired. The systems are telling you, we are tired. The people are wanting happiness, but they are not getting happiness. In America, 8 out of 10 people are depressed. 8 out of 10 people are depressed. In Canada, the figure I saw was 5 out of 10, which I'm sure the rest of the 5 are already now. The way things are, they are depressed. I don't know about UK. But even Mu'mineen are depressed. And that's the strangest part. A Mu'min is depressed. How is that possible? When you have someone like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as your wali, when you have someone like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as your razik, when you have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as your protector, when you have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the one who's going to save you, when you have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the one who's given you life, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who's there watching you every single moment of your life, how can you be depressed? How is it possible? It's not possible. Even the most difficult things become easy for you. You know? When Imam Hussain had Hazrat al-Asghar in his arms, the blood was flowing. He looks upon the sky and he says, Ya Allah, this is easy for me. Why? Because I know you're watching me. What could be a bigger calamity than that? And he said, Ya Allah, it's easy for me. Did he not love Hazrat al-Asghar? He said, it's easy for me. Why? Because I know you're watching me. If you're ever depressed, think about Imam Hussain and Hazrat al-Asghar in his arms. And say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever difficulty you have, Ya Allah, you're watching me. I don't need to be upset. I don't need to be sad. I'm not an orphan, I have you. I'm not helpless, I have you. How is it possible? Everything is going towards that direction. And now, with the current affairs of the things that have been happening, more and more people are becoming aware, or, if you go on to YouTube or social media, which I don't have, and I don't, recommend that you do, but people have this sort of way of now comparing the current affairs with the advent of the Imam of the time. All of the Muslims are actually doing this now. We have videos about 6 signs that we are in, 10 signs, and 6 have been, or 8 have been there. Now there's only 2 left, and so forth and so forth. It's full, the youths. And even people are now proclaiming themselves to be Mahdi. You have some people here in England, or in Europe, I'm not sure. They have proclaimed themselves to be Mahdi. And they are following, or Yemeni or whatever. And the youths are following them. We are always so much focused on the signs, we forget about the other part of Ghaibat-e-Sughra and Kubra. There was reasons why Imam Zaman had to go in Ghaibat-e-Sughra and Kubra. That in the minor and the major occultation, Imam Zaman, there were reasons why he had to go. If we understand the reasons why he had to go and we remove those reasons, there is no reason for Ghaibat anymore. But we don't look at the concept of Imam of the time that way. If the reason existed 1200 years ago, today as well, then if Imam comes, why did you put the Imam for 1200 years in Ghaibat? Reason for the event still exists, so why should Zuhur happen if the same reasons exist? Did you ever even think about that? Then what were the reasons that Imam had to go at the age of 5? He had to recite the funeral of his father, and he had to run away. He had to go in hiding at the age of 5. Why? And now over 1,000 years have passed, close to 1,200 years, and Imam is not able to introduce himself that I'm your Imam. There must be reasons. One person in England wanted to accept Islam, went to a Maulana Sahib, said, I want to recite the Shahadatain. And Maulana Sahib said, give me 300 pounds, I'll have you recite it. It's true. A person wants to convert, revert. He wants to become a Muslim. The person that he has gone to says that if you want to become a Muslim and for me to be able to just say, Ashhadu an la, just follow, right? This is all there is. This is the work. You say to the other person, say, Ashhadu an la, right? This is the work. They give me 300 pounds and I'll do it. You think Imam can come? If this is our state, you think Imam can come? When you look at your household, do you think Imam can come? When you look at the community, do you think Imam can come? When you look at your own self, you think Imam can come? So, if you were to take a look at the reasons of Ghaibat, and then find those reasons and start taking those reasons away, there's no point that there should be Ghaibat. The Zuhur of the Imam, if you recite a salawat, and we have maybe 10 minutes. Is of 3 types. One is Zuhur, and you're looking at me, there's no 3 types, there's only 1 type. One is Zuhur Amumi, the general Zuhur, the general appearance. One is Zuhur Shakhsi, which is specific to a person. the appearance. And the third is Zuhur Istirari, which is by force, appearance. Istirar, force. Ho gaya? Recite a salawat. Let me see if we can go very, very quickly. But if not, then tomorrow we can do it again. ठीक है? We have the tradition where it says that the Imam of the time is like the sun behind the clouds. So Imam is Hazir. The ghaibat is for whom? You see, like when we used to be in classroom, the teacher would say, Hassan, Hazir, Hazir. Hassan, not there, ghaib. Yes? Imam is Hazir or not? Imam is Hazir. So if Imam is Hazir, who's ghaib? Us. The major occultation is of ours. For generations we are in hiding. Hiding from what? From the true Islam. Hiding where? In a secular mind. Hiding where? In a materialistic mind. Hiding where? In tribes. Hiding where? In our lowly desires. Hiding where? Away from the Imam. Imam is Hazir. You have the sun, you have the clouds. Right? You get cloudy skies a lot here. You know. When the clouds are there, the sun is still there. You can't see the sun because of the clouds. But is it possible to see the sun? Yes. When you go in the plane, you go over the cloud line, all you see is the sun. With me? उर्दू में बता देंगे मतलब इंग्लिश में सब. When you go in the plane, you go above the cloud line, it's just the sun. If you get out of the clouds of being a tribe in the materialistic, in a secular mind, stuck with their lowly desires, in status complex, in prejudice, in biases, if you get out of those clouds, you go above, all you will see is the Imam. There will be no place where you will look that you will not see the Imam. That's called Zuhur Shakhsi. It happens for people, for generations that has happened. Where they've elevated themselves above all of these things, and because they've elevated themselves above all of these things, all they see is the Imam. Imam Bakr ﷺ is standing, there is a companion of his. Allahumma salli ala. And they're standing at a door, people are coming and going. People are coming and going. And Imam is standing right there. Right? And one of the person comes and asks this companion of the Imam, have you seen the Imam? He said, what do you mean, have you seen the Imam? He's right next to me. He's right next to me. He says, no, where is the Imam? He says, he's right next to me. The people who were walking outside of that, where it was a masjid or whatever, when they were walking out, they were blind. They couldn't see the Imam. But the person who was standing beside the Imam, the companion, had the sight to see the Imam. He goes, all I see is the Imam. Then the Zuhur Istirari, it's going to happen for every single human being. Okay? There is no single person who has ever lived that is not going to see the Imam. When is it going to happen? At the time of death. At the time of death, we have the tradition, Imam Ali, everybody sees me. It's not just Imam Ali that you will see, it's all of the Aimma, Anbiya, Malaika. Why? Because death takes all those clouds away. And when a person is dying, all they can see is the sun. Awwaluna Muhammad, Awsatuna Muhammad, Akhiruna Muhammad, Kulluna Muhammad. Every single person gets to see the Imam at the time of death. And the Zuhur Umumi is of what we are all sort of thinking of the appearance of the Imam when he comes beside the Khana Kaaba and says that I've come to take the revenge of the blood of my grandfather. This is Zuhur Umumi because it will be for everybody. Everybody will see the Imam. The call would go out. The enemies will see it. The Dajjal will see it. The Sufyani will see it. The people will see it. Chinese people will see it. American people will see it. Canadians will see it. Every single person will see the Imam and his announcement that I've come. You see? Nobody's worried about Zuhur Shakhsi. Why? Because in Zuhur Shakhsi, the responsibility is yours and mine. It's very easy to say, Imam nahi aa rahe. Imam to aaye hue hain, zinda hain. He's alive for the last 1200 years. He's here. He's not going to come from Mars. He's here, on the face of this earth, walking. Every single thing that we have of any light or pure Islam or pure mindset or guidance or anywhere where a person is a truth seeker and they find it, or anybody who wants to stand up against oppression can stand up, support the oppressed. Anything of goodness that exists in this world right now, behind that there is the hand of the Imam of the time. He's everywhere. Your push for you to come to the center and you didn't want it to. I understand that because I'm speaking. But if there was someone else who was a great orator, asked you for thousands of pounds, had millions of followers, looked better than I did, and could speak English better and move his hands better, there would be no room in the parking lot. Right? It's easy. You don't need the hand of Imam to push you. You'll come anyways. But maybe for you, the hand that pushes you to come. The hand that pushes you towards goodness. The hand that pushes you towards mercy. The hand that pushes you to do sulah with your brother. Make peace with your brother. The hand that tells you to make peace with your family, with your community. This is the hand of the Imam of the time, is always there pushing people. And when you do any goodness, it is the ziyarah of the Imam of the time. Is the ziyarah, is meeting the Imam of the time. Right? When you do generosity, it's the ziyarah of the Imam of the time. I'm not being symbolic. I'm talking about the world we cannot see. Why? Because the Imam of the time is the embodiment of generosity. If generosity had a form, it would be the Imam of the time. You think, no? What do we say for Hazrat Abul Fadl al-Abbas, alayhi salatu wasalam? Salawat par Muhammad. That Hazrat Abbas is the embodiment of loyalty. He's the packer of loyalty, wafa, packer-e-wafa. He's the embodiment of loyalty. Imam of the time is the embodiment of all goodness. If you do generosity, if you have mercy, if you have love, if you are kind, if you have compassion, if you're forgiving, if you do your salah, if you go for your hajj, if you do, and your worldview is the right worldview, every single good that you're going to do is the ziyarat of the Imam of the time. We don't have the time to explain that. But you know, salah is going to come to your grave, right? You know this much. I'm going to take extra 5 minutes. Salah comes to your grave in a shape and form. When you're in the grave and it's darkness, there you will see a being coming to you. The being is going to give light to this darkness. And you will be scared at that time and you will say, I'm so glad to see you. You brought light. Who are you? The person is going to say, I'm your salah. Salah here in this world, in the 3 dimensions, is Allahu Akbar, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Salah in the other dimensional world is a being. which you cannot see right now because of the curtains that we have right now. But when a person passes away, these curtains are lifted. What they see is their actions, embodiment of it. The snakes and the scorpions are our actions. They are the embodiment of our bad actions. They are beings of our actions create beings. Right? So if you understand that in the other world, these actions, amal of yours, are going to be projected, are not going to be just projected, but are going to be beings. The Imam of the time, with all of the qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you think that he's not the embodiment of anything that is good? Everything that is good is taking birth from him. Everything that is good, he is the source of every goodness. The Holy Prophet has said that the roots of Shajar Tuba is in the house of Bibi Fatima and Imam Ali. You're going to recite a salah, recite it loudly otherwise. The roots are there, and the rest of the world, all of the branches have been spread out. And the leaves of that tree are our true Shias. In Ziyarat Jamia, we have that you are the goodness of everything. You are the root of the goodness. Anything that you are going to do, something which is good, is the ziyarat of Imam of the time. And anything that you're going to do bad is meeting the enemies of Imam of the time. Why? Because they are the root for all that is evil. They are the embodiment of all that is evil. Shimr is the embodiment of the love of this world. Yazid is the embodiment of Kibr. They are the embodiment of all that is evil. And in Kerbala, it's very clear. Hazrat Abbas is a being who is very close to our hearts. Somehow the name of Abbas brings this sort of courage, but also humility. Abbas's name, when you hear Abbas, you find courage, but humility at the same time. It's very strange. You can feel that. I've felt it all my life. Whenever I would hear Abbas, I would feel strong, but I also feel humble. These are two sort of opposites combined in one. The children are crying, Alatash, Alatash. I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty. The children are thirsty. Bibi Sakina Salam Alaiha says, don't worry. I have someone who can bring water. She gathers up all the children and says, don't worry. I have someone who can bring water for you. She gets her mashkiza and goes to Hazrat Abbas. Says, uncle, can you get us some water? Children are thirsty, and you are my uncle. The reliance of Bibi Sakina, she had no doubt that Hazrat Abbas is going to bring water. Because she knew that Hazrat Abbas, in front of his bravery, in front of his courage, no one can stand. Armies cannot stand. She knew that. She had faith. She had trust. Hazrat Abbas was waiting. He was asking for permission. Imam Hussain would keep on saying, Abbas, if I give you permission, who's going to be the flag bearer of mine? I will not have a flag bearer. And Hazrat Abbas would not get permission. When he got the mashkiz of Bibi Sakina Salam Alaiha, he went to Imam Hussain and said, Maula, where's the Lashkar? Maula, where's the army that I'm supposed to be the flag bearer? Let me at least go and get water for these children. Imam Hussain says, okay, you can go, but only bring water. Abbas, you can go, but do not take a sword. Take a spear, because spear is there as a weapon of defense. That, in a way, Imam saying that when centuries pass away, when someone looks at this event, if somebody had programmed them that it was a fight between two princes, that it was a war, then they can look at this event and say, if Hussein wanted to go to war, he would have told Abbas to take the sword. It was only resistance. Hazrat Abbas goes, the enemy is there, he gets to the water. He grabs the water in his hand. He sees the water and he looks towards the camp. He looks towards the camp. He looks towards the water. He's thirsty for 3 days. He has thirst. He looks towards the water, looks towards the camp. He says, no, I cannot have water. My master has not had water. How can I have water? He throws the water back, fills the mashkiza of Bibi Sakina, and he's going towards the camp. The enemy said that if the water reaches the camp of Hussein, we will not be able to survive. No matter what happens, you need to stop this water going to the camp of Imam Hussein. There were arrows that came. Right. People with whatever they had, they were trying to stop Hazrat Abbas. As he was going towards the camp, and people want to have a description. But my brothers and sisters, you know how hard it is to describe the Masayib of Hazrat Abbas, to describe the Masayib of the family of the Holy Prophet. As Hazrat Abbas is going, someone from a height does something which became the image now of Hazrat Abbas. When we think of Hazrat Abbas, we think of that image. Hazrat Abbas had the mashkiza in one arm, in one hand. And what he felt, he transferred the mashkiza to the other hand. He no longer had that arm to carry it. He carried it with the other arm. And he felt something on his shoulder. And he took this mashkiza and put it. He has the mashkiza in his mouth. And he's going towards the camp of Imam Hussein. He's waiting for Bibi Sakina. There the alam falls, and Bibi Sakina is looking at the maqtal. And all of a sudden her heart sinks. The alam of Hazrat Abbas has fallen. Ya Allah, I hope Hazrat Abbas is okay. My uncle is okay. Arrows come. One of the arrows struck the mashkiza of Bibi Sakina. As the water started coming out, a person out of the special mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala struck Hazrat Abbas on his head. As he fell, he said, Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. And the enemies, they said that Imam Hussein, always when someone called upon him, ran to the maqtal, ran to the place where they were lying down. He said that we saw Hussein with his back was bent. He was taking steps very slowly and it felt like as if his back was broken. And Imam Hussein got closer and closer, slowly, slowly. What he saw was Hazrat Abbas lying there. He couldn't see from one eye. I don't want to say why he couldn't see from his one eye. Imam Hussein sits down and puts the head of Hazrat Abbas in his lap. And Hazrat Abbas moves his head, puts it down again. Imam Hussein picks it up, puts it on his lap again. He throws his head. You know how difficult it is to move your head when you have no arms? Hazrat Hazrat Abbas had to move his whole body for his head to fall from the lap of Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain said, "Why are you doing this?" Hazrat Abbas says, I made a promise to Bibi Sakina, can you? She's waiting for me. Please do not take my body to the camp. Just leave it here. I can't see her. I told her I'm going to bring water, I can't see her. Hazrat Abbas is also thinking of for Imam Hussain, how are you going to carry the body of Hazrat Abbas without arms? Imam Hussain says, all your life you've called me a master. All your life you've called me a master. Can you call me brother? Can you call me brother for once? Hazrat Abbas had taken his head away from the lap of Imam Hussain. He says to him, Ya Maula, the reason why I'm doing this because I can imagine you are going to be alone. No one is going to be there to take your head in a lamp. I don't want that. Ya Abul Fadl al-Abbas, you're the embodiment of loyalty. From this loyalty of yours to the Imam of the time, we ask you to send some towards us so we can become loyal to the Imam of the time.
Bismillah. Please, brothers, step forward. Ya Allah, Ya Muhammad, Ya Ali Madad. Please do step forward. This is the night of Ghazi Abul Fadl al-Abbas alayhi salam. Let's all with one voice say out loud, Labbayka ya Hussein. Labbayka ya Hussein. Labbayka ya Hussein. Labbayka ya Hussein. Let's make two lines here while saying it out loud. Labbayka ya Hussein. Labbayka ya Hussein. Labbayka ya Abbas. Labbayka ya Abbas. Labbayka ya Hussein. Labbayka ya Hussein. Labbayka ya Abbas. Labbayka ya Abbas. I want you to listen for a moment. This is written in the books of history. This is not me trying to make you cry or break your hearts. It was narrated that Abul Fadl al-Abbas, when he fought through the enemies and he reached that water, he went down from the horse. Now I want you to imagine that. Open your heart, open your mind, and imagine that. He reaches the water after a long fight. What a man. Ali ibn Abi Talib was seen again in Kerbala. He goes down from the horse. He goes into the water. He brings the sack. He fills it with water. And all of us, we know what happened. After he fills the water, it is said that Abul Fadl al-Abbas takes his hand. What does he do? He takes some water and he brings it up to his lips. Now the question here, why did he do that? Some say that Abul Fadl al-Abbas Ghazi, he remembered the thirst of Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. I am here today to tell you Abu al-Fadl Abbas would never forget the thirst of Abu Abdullah. How could Ghazi forget? This is the son of Ali ibn Abi Talib and al-Baneen. Why did he do that though? To show the enemy, look at me. I am Abu al-Fadl Abbas, the son of Ali. And I will not drink water until the son of Fatima drinks, until the children drink, until the women drink. That's my father Ali. That's how he raised me. But on the other side, and again, excuse me, I'm not trying to break your hearts. The books narrate that when Abu al-Fadl Abbas returned with some water to the tent and he delivered it and he gave it to the children, to Sakina, to the kids. He walked back to the tent and he was wiping with his abba, his face, drying the tears on his cheeks. He was crying for the thirst of Abu Abdullah. Now with me, inshallah, we all recite tonight for Ghazi and we say, Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. It's a simple answer and I know you can do it, inshallah. We've tried this last year and this year as well. Inshallah, you help me with your blessed voice. Everyone with one voice. Labbayka ya Hussein. Labbayka ya Abbas. 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 Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. That's your answer. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Raise your hands. Ya Abu Fadil. With one voice, Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Ya Abu Fadil. Again, Ya Abu Fadil. Abu Fadil, they tell me at your door. This is Lady Zahra speaking to Abu al-Fadl Abbas alayhi salam. Abu Fadil, they tell me at your door. Nobody knocks and leaves empty-handed. Abu Fadil, they tell me at your door. Nobody knocks and leaves empty-handed. I came to your door for I have no door. I roam Bainul Haramain stranded, like the arrow that in your eye rested. The nail behind the door in me rested. Muhsin is calling out to me, Ummah. The thought of Asghar has left me breathless. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Raise your hands. Ya Abu Fadil. MashaAllah. With one voice. Ya Abu Fadil. Again, Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu. Listen, Abu Fadil, they tell me at your door. Abu Fadl, they tell me at your door, nobody knocks and leaves empty-handed. I came to your door for I have no door. I roam Bainul Haramain stranded, like the arrow that in your eye rested, like the arrow that in your eye rested. The nail behind the door in me rested. Ya Fatima Zahra, the nail behind the door in me rested. Muhsin is calling out to me, Ummah. The thought of Asghar has left me breathless. Everyone, Ya Abu, MashaAllah, Ya Abu Fadl. MashaAllah, Ya Abu Fadl. All the brothers, one voice, Shabab. One voice. For Ghazi Abul Fadl Abbas, Ya Abu Fadl. He is Bab al-Hawa'ij. You stand at his door and you will never get rejected, never again. Ya Allah. Hey, Abu Fadl, Ya Abu. Hey, Ya Abu Fadl, I am Zahra. Ya Abu Fadl, I am Zahra. I came to intercede to God through you. You and me both know what I am seeking. I'm leaving my request within you too. Ya Abu Fadl, I am Zahra. I came to intercede to God through you. You and me both know what I am asking. I'm leaving my request within you too. The eye that only seeks the Lord's pleasing. Beside the Lord there is no eye pleasing. So you know and I know what I'm seeking. Without my request I'm not leaving. Ya Abu Fadl, MashaAllah, Ya Abu. With Bibi Zahra, Ya Abu Fadl. Help me, Ya Abu Fadl, Ya Abu. MashaAllah, Ya Abu. Again, Ya Abu Fadl, Ya Abu. Hey, the angels brought to us some of that sand. The angels brought to us some of that sand. Told the Holy Prophet about that land, that you will throw the water on both hands. Well, here I am reaching to you my hand. The men who are free understand with signs. You and Hussein converse without speaking. In your silence so much was spoken. I ask you by my ribs they were broken. Ya Abu Fadl. MashaAllah, Ya Abu Fadl. Hey, Ya Abu Fadl. Ya Abu Fadl, Ya Abu. MashaAllah, Ya Abu. One more time, Ya Abu Fadl, Ya Abu. Listen, the angels brought to us some of that sand. Told the Holy Prophet about that land, that you will throw the water on both hands. Well, here I am reaching to you my hand. the men who are free understand with signs. You and Hussein converse without speaking. In your silence so much was spoken. I ask you by the ribs that were broken. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Don't hold back, Shabab. Don't hold back. This is Abu al-Fadl Abbas. Again, Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu, MashaAllah. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu. Listen, I intercede by the tears of Haydar. I intercede by the tears of Haydar. I'm asking you by the thirsty Asghar. I intercede by the tears of Haydar. I'm asking you by the thirsty Asghar, by the loneliness of your brother, and by the flag that fell near the river. I ask you by the moon, the sun and rain. I ask you by the moon, the sun and rain. Don't make me ask you by my son Hussein. Wipe away with your holy hands this pain. Leave your grave, come and see Zainab. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu, MashaAllah, Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu, MashaAllah, Ya Abu Fadil. Hey, Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu, MashaAllah. Listen, I intercede by the tears of Haydar. I'm asking you by the thirsty Asghar, by the loneliness of your brother, and by the flag that fell near the river. I ask you by the moon, the sun and rain. Don't make me ask you by my son Hussein. Wipe away with your holy hands this pain. Leave your grave, come and see Zainab, Ya Abu Fadil. Hey, Ya Abu Fadil. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Gather them in our circle. Everyone, please come closer to me. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Let's make a circle here in the middle, please, everyone. For the love of Abu Abdullah and Abu al-Fadl Abbas, please step forward. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Don't be shy, don't be shy. MashaAllah, you're doing great. Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu, Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil. Hey, Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu Fadil, Ya Abu. Your answer is Ya Abul Fad, Ya Abul Fad, Ya Abul Fad. Again, Ya Abul Fad, Ya. Bring the flag in the middle, please. Ya Abul Fad. Brother, the flag, please. Ya Abul Fad, Ya Abul Fad. Very simple. Ya Abul Fad, Ya. With one voice. Ya Abul Fad. Hey, Ya Abul Fad, Ya Abul Fad. Everyone. Ya Abul Fad. With me, with me. Ya Abul Fad, Ya Abul Fad. Ya Abul Fad. Ya Abul Fadl, when I call you Sayyida Zainab is please. Ya Abul Fadl, when I call you Sayyida Zainab is please. When I call you Sayyida Zainab is please. When I call you, Hussein's heart is at peace. Ya Abul Fadl, Ya Abul Allah, Ya Abul Fadl. Hey, Ya Abul Fadl, when I call you Sayyida Zainab is please. When I call you, Hussein's heart is at ease. When I call you Sayyida Zainab is please. When I call you, Hussein's heart is at ease. Ya Abul Fadl, Ya Abul Fadl, everyone, Ya Abul Fadl. Hussein Majnoonak, Hussein Majnoonak, Majnoonak, Hussein, Hussein Majnoonak, Majnoonak, أظل مجنونك أنا ما أقدر أعيش بدونك أعيش بدونك يا أبا الفضل. When I call you with me all the angels sing. يا أبا, when I call you with me all the angels sing. When you lost your hands the angel lost their wings. يا أبا الفضل يا أبا الله يا أبا الفضل. Hey Sultani Hussein, Hussein Sultani, 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 سلطاني دليل إيماني تظل عنواني عشقتك أني عشقتك أني يا أبا الفضل. When I call you I am pleasing Al-Hussein. يا أب, when I call you I am pleasing Al-Hussein. يا أبا الفضل, when I call you I am pleasing Al-Hussein. You're the pride of Fatima al-Banin. يا, when I call you, I am pleasing Al-Hussein. You're the pride of Fatima al-Banin. Ya Abul Fadl, Ya Abba. This is your answer, Ya Abul Fadl. Hey, I'm crazy, Hussein. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. They call me crazy for your love, Mawla. For your love, Mawla. Sakina train me, Sakina train me. I'm crazy, they call me crazy for your love, Mawla. Sakina train me, Sakina train me. Ya Abul Fadl, with no hands you hit the ground without your sight. Take my eyes and take my left and take my right. Ya, with no hands you hit the floor without your sight. Take my eyes and take my left and take my right. Ya Abul Fadl, Ya, hey, Ya Abul Fadl. Thar Allah, Hussein, Hussein, Thar Allah, Thar Allah, Hussein, Thar Allah, Hussein Ya Mawla, Hussein Ya Mawla, Aba Abdullah, Aba Abdullah, Thar Allah, Hussein, Thar Allah, Hussein Ya Mawla. أبا عبد الله أبا عبد الله أبا عبد الله. Ya Abul Fadl, if you had taken a sip from the river, if you had taken a sip from the river, if you had taken a sip from the river, with your sword all of your foes you'd deliver. Ya Abul Fadl, Ya, ay wallah, Ya Abul Fadl. They say it, but I'm saying it. I'm crazy. They call me crazy. I'm crazy. They call me crazy. For your love, Mawla. For your love, Mawla. Sakina train me. Sakina train me. Ya Abul Fadl. Ya Abul. MashaAllah. Ya Abul. We have 5 minutes, boys. 5 minutes. Ya Abul Fadl. Hey, Majnoonak, Majnoonak, I'm crazy, Majnoonak, أظل مجنونك أنا ما أقدر أعيش بدونك أعيش بدونك. يا أبا الفضل, when I call you Sayyida Zainab is please. When I call you Hussein's heart is at ease. When I call you Sayyida Zainab is please. When I call you Hussein's heart is at ease. Ya Abul Fadl, Ya, ما شاء الله يا أبا الفضل يا أبا الفضل اي سلطاني 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 دليل إيماني تظل عنواني عشقتك أني عشقتك أني يا أبا الفضل. When I call you with me all the angels sing. When you lost your hands the angel lost their wings. When I call you with me all the angels sing. When you lost your hands the angel lost their wings. Ya Aba al-Fadl ya MashaAllah ya Aba al-Fadl. Let's say it. I'm crazy, I'm crazy, I'm crazy. They call me crazy for your love Mawla, for your love Mawla. Sakina train me, Sakina train me. I'm crazy, they call me crazy for your love Mawla. Sakina train me, Sakina train me. Ya Aba al-Fadl. When I call you I am pleasing al-Hussein. You're the right of Fatima al-Banin. When I call you I am pleasing al-Hussein. You're the pride of Fatima al-Banin. Ya Aba al-Fadl ya MashaAllah ya Aba al-Fadl. Hey, Thar Allah, Thar Allah, Thar Allah. Hussein Thar Allah. Hussein ya Mawla, Hussein ya Mawla. Aba Abdullah, Aba Abdullah. Thar Allah. Hussein Thar Allah. Hussein ya Mawla. Aba Abdullah, Aba Abdullah. Ya Aba al-Fadl. With no hands you hit the floor without your sight. Take my eyes and take my left and take my right. With no hands you hit the floor without your sight. Take my eyes and take my left and take my right. Ya Aba al-Fadl ya. Anything for you, Aba al-Fadl. Ya Aba al-Fadl. Hey, Ya Aba al-Fadl. If you had taken a sip from the river, if you had taken a sip from the river, with your sword all over your foes you deliver. With your sword all over your foes you deliver. Ya Aba al-Fadl ya MashaAllah ya Aba al-Fadl. Let's say it. I'm crazy, they call me crazy. I'm crazy, they call me crazy for your love Mawla, for your love Mawla. Sakina train me, Sakina train me. Majnoonak, Majnoonak, مجنونك أظل مجنونك. أنا ما أقدر أعيش بدونك، أعيش بدونك. يا أبا الفضل يا أبا الله يا أبا الفضل. 2 minutes شباب. يا أبا الفضل. Hey, يا أبا الفضل. When I call you I am pleasing al-Hussein. When I call you, I am pleasing al-Hussein. You're the pride of Fatima al-Banin. When I call you, I am pleasing al-Hussein. You're the pride of Fatima al-Banin. Ya Aba al-Fadl, Ya Aba Allah, Ya Aba al-Fadl. Hey, Thar Allah, Thar Allah, Thar Allah. Hussein Thar Allah. حسن يا مولى. أبا عبد الله، أبا عبد الله. ثار الله. حسن ثار الله. حسن يا مولى. أبا عبد الله، أبا عبد الله. يا أبا الفضل يا أبا ما شاء الله يا أبا. Last time شباب. يا أبا الفضل يا أبا الفضل يا Hey, Ya Aba al-Fadl. When I call you Sayyida Zainab is pleased. When I call you Hussein's heart is at ease. When I call you Sayyida Zainab is pleased. When I call you Hussein's heart is at ease. Ya Aba al-Fadl. MashaAllah Ya Aba al-Fadl. Last time. Hey, I'm crazy, I'm crazy. Majnoonak, Majnoonak. I'm crazy, They call me crazy for your love, Mawla, for your love, Mawla. Sakina train me, Sakina train me. Ya Abul Fadl, Ya Abul Fadl, with one voice. Ya Abul Fadl. Labbaik Ya Abul Fadl, Ya Abul Fadl. One more time. Ya Abul Fadl. Salawat. Everyone, inshallah, towards Qibla, let's say our salam to Abul Fadl al-Abbas, but before him, to his brother, Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam. Everyone, with one voice. As-salamu ala al-Hussein wa ala Ali ibn al-Hussein wa ala أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وعلى أخيه أبي الفضل العباس وأخته السيدة زينب ورحمة الله وبركاته. Tonight is the night of Friday, Laylatul Jum'ah. Our Imam, they say he's counting our deeds. So let's make some of those final deeds. As-salam to our Imam, the one who's around. Ya Aba Salih, are you in Radwa? Or what are you, Ya Aba Salih? We know we're not worthy, but we need you, Ya Aba Salih. With one voice, inshallah, Dua al-Faraj. Please help me, you can hear my voice. Please help me. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. اللهم كن لوليك في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وليا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه وتمتعه برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصل اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. صلوات.